So recently, I'm sure a lot of y'all saw Tyrese Haliburton's game winner against the Milwaukee Bucks. And that right there is kind of a perfect recipe for Tyrese Haliburton haters to just come out of the woodwork and start getting mad at him on Twitter. You know, the best place where only the smartest individuals talk about basketball. And it really was a perfect combination because one, we were playing the Bucks, a fan base that already doesn't like the Pacers, already doesn't like Tyrese Haliburton. Two, Tyrese Haliburton hit an absolutely stupid shot that had no business going in. And that's just the type of thing that people get mad at Tyrese Haliburton for. And three, it was called a foul. And for some reason, people were arguing it wasn't a foul. How that isn't a foul when you give him no room to land, and that's like a textbook illegal closeout, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you don't know, I'm a Pacers fan. I own multiple Tyrese Haliburton jerseys. You can call me biased, but I feel like y'all should hear me out on this one for this video, just because when it comes to the Tyrese Haliburton dislike, not necessarily hate, but the Tyrese Haliburton dislike, it feels like we've kind of lost the plot a little bit on just the whole discussion in general. Like, the whole discussion around Tyrese Haliburton and all the debates has just gotten really dumbed down, and there's not much originality to it. It's a lot of just the same recycled stuff, and it's recycled stuff that isn't even necessarily true. So I understand why some people would dislike Tyrese Haliburton, and I understand why they would think that he's overrated. He's taken a step back from last year statistically. He's not scoring as much. He doesn't have as many assists. He's frustratingly inconsistent. I completely understand that. I'm a Pacers fan. I watch every game. I see when one night he decides that he can actually shoot the ball and he scores 30 and he has 12 assists and he only has one turnover. And then the next night he has 10 assists, he only has one turnover, and then he scores like 13 points. It doesn't make sense. It's frustrating. I understand why you would think he's overrated because of that, because his stats don't look the best. And I also completely understand why people would be upset when he celebrates and he does the stuff that he does. Like, Pistons fans, I understand why you don't like him, because he recreated the Malik Beasley celebration. And, you know, I've talked about this in other Tyrese Haliburton videos. I understand why you'd be mad at him. I mean, we're talking about a dude who looks like he has no business being on an NBA basketball court. He's skinny, he's light-skinned, he has a high-pitched voice. Completely understand why you would be annoyed by him. He has multiple traits that just would make him annoying by default, and you wouldn't want that type of guy to be disrespecting you. Completely understandable. But for that being your whole reason that you don't like him as a basketball player, not as a person, even though Tyrese Haliburton is a person, like, happy guy, smiley guy, not that mean. I mean, he gets kind of disrespectful on the court, but not that mean of a dude. But as a basketball player, other than the inconsistency, that's about it. When people say that he is a choker and he doesn't play well in the playoffs, just completely untrue, because he already has a game winner against the Bucks. He had multiple good performances. He had a 30-point game against the Knicks in the playoffs. Not at all a playoff choker. I have no clue where that narrative came from. I don't know where the whole Tyrese Haliburton can't perform in late game situations came from, because honestly, one of Tyrese Haliburton's best traits is that he's good in the clutch. When there's 30 seconds left and you need a bucket, you want to give the ball to Tyrese Haliburton, because he really is a three-level scorer. He can hit a deep three, a regular three. He's got that little floater. Again, the one against the Bucks, he's got that little floater he can pull up and hit. You want the ball in his hands. The problem is really that Tyrese Haliburton doesn't realize that you want the ball in his hands until the fourth quarter comes around. He'll go 3 quarters scoring like 2 points, and then the fourth quarter will come around and all of a sudden he remembers that he can shoot a basketball. So honestly, Tyrese Haliburton is almost clutch to a fault, because he forgets that the first 3 quarters are also a time where he can shoot. Again, sometimes the conversations against Tyrese Haliburton are just stupid. I want to give you some examples of how dumbed down and how idiotic the conversations about Tyrese Haliburton can get. Example number 1. I've made multiple Tyrese Haliburton videos. I've made 2. This is going to be the 3rd. So in this Tyrese Haliburton video, there was a guy that said that I didn't talk about, or I didn't show any clips of Tyrese Haliburton running his mouth. Really, I was confused about that because I made it a point to talk about how Tyrese can be a pest and he can be annoying and he talks trash, and sometimes he has no business talking trash. I made it a point in that video to bring that up because I actually like that. So I made it a point to talk about that in the video because I thought that it was actually one of Tyrese Haliburton's better qualities and something that he should embrace. So I told the dude that, and he says that I didn't actually have any video clips of Tyrese like physically talking, like I didn't have any mic'd up audio of Tyrese running his mouth. I wish that I could reply to comments with video just so that y'all could have seen my face when I read that comment, because what do you mean? You want me to go to mic'd? You think in the NBA's mic'd up videos that they upload to YouTube, they are going to show Tyrese Haliburton talking trash to an opposing player? You think that that's something they're gonna do? How would I even have access to that video? It leaves me speechless. How, I'm gonna put this politely, how not smart that comment is. Second example I'm gonna use, I actually don't have any screenshots or anything for this one, so you can think that this is completely made up, but I promise you this is such a not smart take that there is no way that I could have made this up. I saw someone, a Sacramento Kings fan, argue that the media wanted Tyrese Haliburton to be traded to Indianapolis and hyped him up because the media wanted to see him succeed in Indianapolis as compared to Sacramento. He was saying that the NBA media has an agenda for the Indiana Pacers to be successful with Tyrese Haliburton. What makes you formulate that thought in your brain? Let it not just leave your mouth. Let you type it. Reread it to make sure there are no spelling mistakes, and then hit post. How do you come to that conclusion? It's the Indiana Pacers. Who has ever had a media agenda for us that was positive? And so Tyrese Haliburton is really just in a lose-lose situation. If you perform well, people are going to be mad. They're going to be mad that you scored too many points, you had too many assists, you had too few turnovers, you talked too much, you danced too much, you smiled too much, you have the wrong city name on your jersey, you have the wrong team name on your jersey, you have the wrong last name on the back of your jersey. If you have a bad game, you suck, you're overrated, you should be traded, you're overpaid. Even worse, really, if he wins, he's also a front runner. If he loses, he's a front runner. That's another thing where it's a lose-lose, not just for Tyrese, but really for any NBA player. Because if you talk when you're down, why are you talking trash? You're losing. If you talk when you're up, you're front running. So you know what? At this point, there is only one option left for Tyrese Haliburton and the Indiana Pacers, and that is to just completely embrace it. Embrace that people don't like you. Embrace that they're going to be mad no matter what. Just talk more, celebrate more. If it gets under their skin, it gets in their mind, it'll just help you win. I mean, in the playoffs, having that mental edge, having that physical edge, it's what wins you games. So, I mean, at this point, just embrace it. Tyrese Haliburton already gets compared to Reggie Miller all the time. He might as well just go full Reggie with it. Just antagonize guys for the whole game. Whether you're on the bench or on the court, just antagonize guys, celebrate, talk trash, go full Reggie Miller with it. It is perfect for the city. I mean, Indianapolis, like Tyrese Haliburton, a city that people talk trash about. People talk bad about Indianapolis all the time. So people say, you know, city has a bunch of crime. They say that there's nothing to do. They say that the weather's bad. Personally, I say that they're soft, similar to Tyrese Haliburton. Honestly, I think that's kind of why he embraces the city so much. I think he definitely embraces it because he's a Midwest kid. But I think Tyrese Haliburton just kind of fits the city because the way people view Tyrese Haliburton is similar to how they view the city of Indianapolis. That's how we're going to end this one. I mean, Dick and Friends, the next episode will come a day later because we have to postpone it to Tuesday. So Dick and Friends will take place Tuesday. It'll be uploaded Wednesday. For those of you that partake in regular Dick and Friends viewing, just so y'all know about that. Anyways, I'm Limitless Pulls. I'm going to catch y'all next time.
But you get the mix right, nigga, put it in the blender. Hell yeah, I'm Wingstop. Jump on the chicken tender. It's like the beef from energy and water like Kimber. Hey, turning, looking like dinner. Yes, I got the bag, boy or girl.
Purdue just lost. I got no hose. And this video is going to get 3 views. I need to lock in. A ball up top.